IntellectualRadio.com. I am Marvelous Marvelette, aka Molly B, bringing you the beauty of business. Today's guest is Jovan M. Haney, founder and owner of Beyond Basic Nail Academy. Welcome, Jovan.
Thank you for having me.
So why don't you tell myself and our listeners something about Beyond Basic Nail Academy, the location, the fee.
Okay. So Beyond Basic Nail Academy is located at 2813 West 147th Street in Posen. It is a south suburb in between Midlothian and Harvey, about 10 minutes south of Chicago. It's an all nails academy, so we only teach nails. It's 350 hours for the program. It could take anywhere from 3 to 6 months, just depending on your schedule. The program is $3,500. We do $500 down when you enroll, and then we pick your schedule, we pick your payments. We have low weekly and bi-weekly payments, and we prepare you for Stay Board.
Okay. So when was Beyond Basic Nail Academy founded? When did you open, and how long have you been in business?
So we are coming up on our 2nd year anniversary next month. Actually, I had my first class September day and evening class. Those graduates graduated at the beginning of the year, and beginning of the year, and so they're all nail techs now.
How many classes have you had to complete?
Oh, shucks, we've had, I want to say about 12 classes graduate since we started.
So what inspired you to open a nail school?
Everyone assumed that I would open a salon. So everyone was waiting. Oh, Jovan, I know you're opening a hair salon. I know you're opening a nail salon. And while everyone was thinking that, I was making plans for the school. I knew I wanted to teach in some capacity, and at my current job, I wasn't doing that. So I decided to information about teaching nails. So I did my research and found out that it was something that I really, really was interested in. It was a passion of mine to be a nail tech. And so I just started training more with the profession, doing more nails, reaching out to more people, networking. And then I told everyone I was opening a school. And by that time, all the work was done and no one could say anything, and everyone was super surprised. So it was not expected.
Okay, so I'm going to go back a little bit. You said everyone was expecting you to open a cosmetology school. So how does that tie into nails? To give us a little bit more about your background.
Well, it wasn't even a cosmetology school. Everyone just assumed that I would open a salon, whether it was a hair salon or a nail salon, because that's normally what it happens next. You get your license. Most people open a salon of some sort, or they are, work as a contractor, booth renter, is what they're most times called. And I had worked in a salon both as a nail tech and a hairstylist, and realized that it just wasn't something that was for me.
Okay. So what is your actual background? Have you always been in the beauty industry? Have you ever worked for corporate America?
So yes, I was a shampoo assistant in high school at Stephen Deere's hair salon for a lady named Shannon. Shannon's been in the industry for a very, very long time. I was her assistant. My mom made me get that job because she told me that I couldn't work at Marshall Fields. So Shannon actually was my hairstylist, and I became her assistant. From there, I literally fell in love with the industry. I mean, my mom had always been in the salon getting her hair and nails done, so I always tagged along. But the great part about it was that I was actually working in there, so it made it more interesting. The environment was so much fun. And so from there, a lot of the people in the salon taught me how to style and cut for me to go to college. So I did a little bit of nails. I dabbled a little bit, wasn't that big into nails then, but I did a lot of hair and a lot of braiding while I was in college. And I wanted to come home. And my mom was like, well, what are you going to do if you leave college and come home? I'm like, I'm going to cosmetology school. And she was like, well, if that's what you want to do, then okay. That's not what I'm going to do. So I just finished college, and I've literally been a manager since 21. I worked at Walgreens as a manager, which is where I actually started my nail program. I was working 70 hours a week and going to nail school when I wasn't at work. Did my nail program, received my license in 2006. And I did nails. I ended up leaving Walgreens and I did nails full time, which was a great experience. I worked in 2 salons and built up my speed and with the industry. And from there, I started working at Frito-Lay. I went to Frito-Lay. I still did nails, and I was a sales rep for Frito-Lay for a couple years, and I was a district manager for Frito-Lay. While I was a district manager, I went to cosmetology school. So again, with those 60, 70-hour work weeks in school. While I was at Frito-Lay, I also did my master's program in human resources. So I decided that if I can use this at Frito-Lay, I can train and develop at Frito-Lay. That would be great, but that plan does not work. Corporate America has a different plan for you. So I did get my cosmetology license. Promotion, I moved to a different and I went to Quaker, again, managing a plant. I went back to school and did my instructor's license. That was the path to open in the school. I decided to get my instructor's license, and since I wasn't going to use my MBA in corporate America how I saw, I decided to use that training and development that I learned in the cosmetology industry.
Back a bit, everybody thought you would open. Mm-hmm. So do you see a salon in the near future?
At first I did. And I think once I sat down and realized that it wasn't because of my decision to do it. It was because of the expectation. The expectation becomes, once you're a school owner, that you're going to open a salon or that, stuff like that, or another school. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this salon. I'm going to do this nail salon because I know how to do it. And, I know everything about running it. And then I realized that I would rather help others open a salon than me open a salon. Okay. So I don't see, right now, I don't see a salon happening later when I'm ready to just sit back and chill. Second school is possible, but I would go to another state. I would go somewhere where they need the type of instruction that we offer at my school. I get a lot of calls and emails from states wishing that they had a program like ours in their city. So if I do, I'm going to go to another state.
Okay, so what would you say was your biggest challenge in opening Beyond Basic Nail Academy?
Biggest challenge besides money, because money is always the issue. Money is always the issue. The biggest challenge besides money was, I don't think it happened with opening, because I knew the work that had to be put into opening. I think that leaving the comfort of my corporate America job was really difficult. I put a lot of faith into that decision. So that was really difficult. I think most of the difficulty came when I opened. I seen more. It was truly a challenge. There's a lot of paperwork and stuff like that involved, but I just took my time. There was no hurry. I worked on this for 3 years before I actually opened the doors. I didn't wake up and say I'm opening a school and then I just empty my savings account and then that was it. No, I worked on the paperwork, the planning, and everything for at least 3 years. Researching equipment and all of that stuff was a lot, but I think the challenge was when I opened. That's when I've seen the most challenges.
So knowing now what you didn't know 2 years ago when you opened your doors, what advice would you give someone who look at you and you make it look so easy, because that's what people do. What advice would you give someone who is looking to open a nail school?
My first thing I always, because I always get questions about that, my first thing I always say to anyone is, have you ever managed anyone? Been a manager, even in the cosmetology industry, because that's possible. We have salon managers and stuff like that. Have you ever been a manager and had the sole responsibility for the entire building with no one else there? If you say no to that, then I say you need to be a manager, because once you open a school, you're going to get people from ages 16 to possibly 65. The age range is wide. So you have to know how to deal with those different age groups and what they need, because everyone is at a different point in learning. And then you are the accountant, you're the marketing manager, you're the educator, you're all of that in the beginning. I mean, unless you have endless resources of money, which I didn't have. I was my only instructor for a year. I had your help, which was great. Up to sundown, it was me. So I would say there's a lot of work involved to get it open. Take your time, but understand that when those doors open, it's a totally different type of situation that's going to walk through there, because you're going to get a lot of different people walking through those doors.
Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit. When you said the price is $3,500, and it's $500 down to start.
Mm-hmm.
Now, financial aids, or is this credit, cash?
Okay, so we don't accept financial aid. We're not an accredited school. Everything is cash based. We do take.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you for a second.
Okay.
Accredited school. I know what that means, but for our listeners, explain what that means, because they may take it and run with it and make it mean something that it does not mean. So explain what that means.
Absolutely. So when a school such as ours opens, after a certain amount of years, you have the opportunity to become accredited. What that means is you have to go through a process. We're basically an accrediting agency, and there's about 5 or 6 of them. They come into your school and they go through every single thing that you do as a school to run your business, from your books to your curriculum to your students, graduates, and everything. They want to know every single thing about the school. Large sum of money that you have to pay for this process. It's not a cheap process to start. And what happens from there is you go through training classes that you have to pay for, so you have to fly to these different places. Once that is done, that agency determines whether or not you're able to receive federal funding. Okay. So if that agency decides that you're able to receive federal funding, then that's when you have the opportunity to receive financial aid, Pell Grants, direct or indirect, direct subsidized or unsubsidized loans and things like that. So most times nail programs don't have enough hours where they can become accredited through NACIS, but there are other accredited agencies that we go through to become accredited. But it is a large undertaking. So just because a school isn't accredited doesn't mean they're not able to function as a school. In the state of Illinois, I am a licensed school. I can run my business as a school. I do not take financial aid, which means that any of the government or state funding don't qualify for. So I think it's called CENA or something like that, if I'm saying it correctly. Those type of programs individuals can't use for our school because we're not accredited.
Okay, and thank you for that, because that's huge. Because again, I'm not accredited. Sounds like, oh my God, am I really going to be licensed, or is it legit? Right. So that's why I had you break it down and explain to our listeners exactly what that means. Now I'm going to have you finish breaking down the tuition.
So the $3,500 covers everything that you'll need to complete our program. It includes your books, kit, and uniform. You get a full kit. So every single procedure that's out there for a nail tech procedure, like acrylic and gel, silk, fiberglass, those type of things, you have an actual smaller kit within your larger kit. We also give goodies too. Our kits are very well stocked. They're a really good kit. We can't give everything, but it's a very great kit. So you get your kit, your books, your uniform. Your state board fee is included in that. So once you complete our program, you don't have to worry about how are you going to get your money for your state board exam. So your state board exam is included in that. So once you are ready to take your exam, we will, you can take it. And then there's the tuition, and our tuition is done bi-weekly or weekly payments. So you get to choose which one works best for you over the course of the time that you're in the program.
So I had the opportunity or the pleasure of being one of your instructors.
Absolutely.
And I love the students. I love the atmosphere. But I am totally a theory person. I rather talk and teach than do nails. I know I get beat up sometimes for that. It kind of gets me. But what are some of the challenges that you find that you're still facing being a nail school owner?
In the school?
Within the school and outside of the school.
We can start with outside of the school. One of the things that I seem to always run into outside of the school is comparisons. I get that a lot. I know that my program isn't like anyone else's program, and I can say that. I've been in other schools. I've talked to techs who have been to other schools. I've talked to instructors that have worked at other schools. No, the program isn't perfect by a long shot. We're still learning. We're still evolving. Absolutely. If you can ask my students, I'm on my laptop 24/7 trying to make it better. But we do offer a lot of stuff. I know people who've never learned fiberglass and silk wrap, and how you're a nail tech. So those type of things. So we get compared to other schools quite a bit. I'm close to other schools, which I don't find, very difficult to maneuver. I always tell anyone that's looking to come to the school, take a tour. The first thing we say is take a tour of the place that you're going to pay your money to. See the facility, talk to the students, talk to the instructor. That's what we do. Even if it's not my school that you choose, just make sure you visit and talk to those who are there, because they're going to give you a realistic view of what the school is. So we're not like any other school. Within the school, the biggest challenges I have seen, and unfortunately is this way, is that there's a perception of what the school is going to be. There's this perception that they're going to come into the school and they're going to be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. I have no idea why, but it's like that. We get at least one, probably every other class, that doesn't want the rules enforced on them, doesn't feel that they have to follow the rules. So it's very, very difficult in that aspect, because you're trying to provide everyone with education, not just one. So sometimes there's the one person who doesn't show up on time, who doesn't turn in their homework on time, but wants special treatment. And when you enforce the rules on individuals in your business, then you're deemed a bad person. So everyone signs a contract. The contract is read through with each individual. We go through our catalog and talk about our rules of the school, and then those rules get forgotten. That's very, very difficult, especially when you're dealing with adults. Have that problem out of my high schoolers. I've had high schoolers come through the program. I don't have that issue with them. Most times they don't want to get in trouble, so they kind of do what they're supposed to do, because I'm a tattletale. I will tell their parents. So that's very hard with running the business, is there's always someone trying to push to see how far they can take you, then to deem you unprofessional.
Absolutely. For those of you who just tuned in, you're listening to IntellectualRadio.com. I am Marvelous Marvelette, a.k.a. Molly B, bringing you the beauty of business. Today's guest is founder and owner of Beyond Basic Nail Academy, located at 2813 West 147th Street in Posen, Illinois. If you want to contact them, the number is 708-629-0861, or visit them online at beyondbasicnailacademy.com. And I'm going to say thank you so much to Nicole Coleman. I got questions coming in on Facebook Live, and she's answering. So thank you so much for that, because you're getting to them faster than I can. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Nicole.
Okay, so again, knowing now what you didn't know then, if you had the chance to do it all over again, turn back the hands of time and open Beyond Basic Nail Academy, would you do it?
Yes, I would still do it. I would still do it. I would go back to the Jovan, the thought process of it. I'll say that the Jovan with the thinking behind the business aspect, because before I opened, everything in my head was what they told us at Frito-Lay. So with Frito-Lay, I was a district manager, and my last district was a year. I had 12 sales reps. Every time we had a conversation, they would say, running this district is like running a small business. So I kept that in my head. And if anyone ever asked me, I always say that. Frito-Lay always says, running this district is like running a small business. And I would go home and say, as much as I hate Frito-Lay, thank you for just keep telling me that, because I got a plan. And so I would use things more like I said I would. I wouldn't, I know it sounds hard, but I wouldn't waver as much. I was told I give too many benefits of the doubts.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there, and I have to say, I'm gonna ask this question. You know why I'm asking? I already know the answer. What would you say your struggle is most, because you have to find balance between personal and business, and because your heart, you give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So would you say that was one of your struggles, separating personal feelings from business?
Yes. If you say the passion part of it is personal, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Because which a lot of friends, I get a lot of nail questions now from friends all the time, so they can see that part of it. So if you say passion, yes, because my expectation was that anyone that comes to school wants to do this. So when you walk in the door, let's go, let's do it. So when there's not the effort, when there's not the finish of it, I feel some type of way. So I had to realize that everyone isn't going to put forth the effort that I'm used to, or that I expect all the time. Hard. And yes, I did carry that on my shoulders in the beginning, because I wanted everyone to get through the program, be a nail tech, make the money, and, love the industry just as much as I do. Really difficult. Once I realized that, I had to have a conversation with myself like, hey, you went to cosmetology school. How many people in your group did not finish? How many people started on the first day, never came back? How many people did not get their license? Like, I had to, if that happened, it wasn't a reflection of me and my school. That was just something that they were dealing with and had to deal with. So you have people who get into situations who can't finish, whether it's financial, personal, whatever the case may be. And I had to understand that. So that was I had to learn that, and I wish I would have did that more in the beginning.
Okay. So when is your next scheduled start date for your next class?
Class is September 13th. That's a Wednesday. We normally start our classes on Wednesday. We have a day or evening option available. Our daytime class starts at 9 a.m. Our evening class is now starting at 5 p.m. It's Wednesday through Saturday. So you would choose your schedule. Payments are also based on that schedule. So whatever schedule you choose, that's how we determine your payments. You part-time day or the evening, it's going to take you about 5 months to complete the program. If you do our daytime, the 9 to 5 class, it's going to take you about 3.5 months to complete the program.
So you do offer morning and evening classes?
We do offer morning and evening. We're putting a little bit of space in between our evening, because we do have a lot of people come for evening, but they're usually there in certain parts of the year. So now we're just catering to those times of the year. But yes, we do offer day and evening classes.
And tell our listeners, what are your hours of operation, and what are the hours for school?
The hours for school in days, it's starting for the September 13th class going forward. It's Wednesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we have a daytime part-time that is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. Our evening program is 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Wednesday through Friday, and then 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday.
you service the public at all? Students, are you open to the public to receive services?
Absolutely, yes. One of the things that I made sure of was that we were able to, our program, the students were able to practice on live models. So we offer services to the public at a discount. We do every single nail service that's available school-wise. I say that because people always ask for things that they do in the shop or the salon, and this is a learning environment. So we only do the core processes and procedures that they're learning.
Now, give us a rundown of those things so our listeners will know, because everybody's not familiar.
So we offer a basic manicure and basic pedicure. We also offer a gel polish manicure, which only here in Chicago do they call it this, is the no chip. We don't call it no chip at my school, so if you don't see no chip, that doesn't mean we don't offer it.
What is the proper terminology?
The proper terminology is a gel polish manicure. We don't call it no chip in the building because there is a possibility that it might chip. So, and plus we're the only city in the whole country that calls it no chip. Nowhere else do they call it that. So we offer the gel polish manicure. That's in both acrylic, gel, silk wrap, and fiberglass. And then we also do the fills for those services. We do paraffin wax treatments, and stuff like that, all of the other small things that come with that. So yes.
Okay. Do you see any add-on services possibly coming to Beyond Basic Nail Academy?
For the school as a whole?
For the school as a whole. We're going to get to the other part. For the school
as a whole, we've just, which is coming soon, so I'm super excited about that. We're adding what's called our Make Me Up makeup class. I'm so excited about that. We get a lot of calls about different classes, and I decided, you know what, we have the building, and I'm in the industry. I have a lot of great industry friends who do really, really great work. Why not bring that program to the school? And those classes are certification classes, so you don't have to be a licensed professional to take the classes. We're going to start from ground zero. So our basic class is going to teach you how to prep your skin, use your makeup. Have a great instructor that's going to be teaching the class, and then we're going to get into bridal. We're going to get into eyebrows. So there's a couple of different classes that you'll be able to attend to receive certification. Not if you just want to do some makeup on everyone else, but if you want to do your own makeup. So we'll definitely give you what you need for that. We're also going to start offering advanced training classes. So normally we offer class hours, but this is going to be a class that'll cover a span of 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that couple of hours a week, so that you can increase with, your technique, not just a real fast class to do 8 hours. Here we go, boom, and we're out the door. This is going to be something where you can sign up for the class, you pay for the class, and you will get trained in a really good amount of time on how to successfully perform these procedures. So we're going to be offering those also.
Okay, so I know you have multiple businesses, and we
yes.
So I'm going to ask, what if there is a licensed professional, not just in the nail department, anybody in the beauty industry? Does Beyond Basic or one of your other businesses offer services or education for them?
Okay, so yes, we Beyond Basic Nail Academy is partnered with and her Trico Science business to offer continuing education hours. So we have the sponsorship for the entire cosmetology industry: nails, nail instructor, cosmetology instructor, aesthetics instructor, hair braiding instructor. So barbers, if you want to take classes, we have that also. So we're able to do continuing education hours for the entire spectrum of cosmetology. The good thing about it, if you do it at the school, which I always encourage, you get to interact with the students. That's the best part about doing continuing education hours with the school. You get to come in, they get to ask questions. They love talking to people from the industry. So you get to spend some time. They get to teach you some things. You get to teach them some things. And we welcome you to help with theory classes on the clinic floor. So you get a lot of it. You just don't get your hours, but you get to interact with the students, which we need more of in the industry anyway.
So. Absolutely. So you have an event coming up.
I do.
Tell our listeners a little bit about your event.
Okay, I'm very, very, very excited to have our first annual scholarship event. It's called Martinis and Manicures. And what the plan for this event is to raise money for an individual to attend school. We're doing this first one for those who are very interested in instructing. And because we do have individuals who want to become instructors. We need more instructors. I'll say this, we need more instructors who want to instruct.
Absolutely.
Not just someone who feels that they want to go to school to get their instructor's license and then they get in front of the class and they don't give them anything. We need individuals who are passionate about this industry and want to share the knowledge that they have the correct way. So we're offering, we're doing the scholarship event. It's September 23rd. It's at Beyond Basic Nail Academy. Doors open at 6:30. Services start at 7. So if you just want to come, hang out, see the school, network, it's $20 to get in. If you want services, because we got services on deck for everybody, we're doing mini manicures, mini facials, and then brow waxing. So if you're interested in the service, if you do one service, it's $25. If you do 2 services, it's $30. And if you do 3 services, it's $35.
And that does include entrance to
the event.
Yes. And also, because it is an adult event, yes. Let's say that
it is an adult event.
So what all does the entrance fee include outside of being a donation to the scholarship fund? The entry
does include, you'll get a complimentary martini. And you'll also get food. There'll be a DJ there. So it's still a party event because we have the industry individuals coming out. So you'll get to help someone who is truly passionate about being an instructor, help them with their tuition to go to school. Choosing those individuals, they've submitted their letters for the program. So it's a great event. This is the first annual. So going forward, it's going to be so much more. You're gonna be like, sign me up. I know it's next year, but sign me up.
You killed one of my questions. So my question was, how do you select the winner of the scholarship?
So in an essay, what we did was, because this is our first time doing it, we opened it up to our students who were interested, our student graduates who are licensed, who are interested in becoming an instructor. One of the things that you have to do as an instructor and as an owner is pay attention to what your students are saying. Even if you're not in the conversation, you still have to open your ears and hear what it is they're telling other individuals that they want to do in the industry. Based off of that, that's how you move. That's how you know certain people past them leaving. My students are connected to me when they leave. Understand, I am Miss Jovar all the time. Even though they are graduated and all of that, we still have a connection. They know that my doors are always open. So you have to listen. I've heard certain students say they wanted to be instructors. And I said, well, you know what? We got to build this instructor thing. We got to build our instructor program. Let's do this for the first event. Now, going forward, we're going to target high school students. They want to do some of these things. And it's a great opportunity to do something where you don't have to punch the clock when you go away to college, right? So you can do the program while you're in high school, become licensed, because you can be 16 to do nails. You do go through the program while you're in high school. Once you graduate, or even during the summer, right? It's you set your time, right? You build your clientele, and then when you go away to college, you've perfected your craft. You're the nail tech on campus. Really good money, and you don't have to go punch the clock somewhere where somebody's telling you don't really have time to study and stuff like that. So going forward, it's going to be to encourage those type of individuals who are really into nails, cosmetology, to do the program while they're in school. We're really trying to empower, because we know there's a lot of individuals who do. I did it in high school, so I know how I felt, so if this scholarship event going forward can do that, absolutely.
Just tuned in. You're listening to IntellectualRadio.com. I am Marvelette, aka Molly B, bringing you the beauty of business. Today's featured guest is Javon Haney, founder and owner of Beyond Basic Nail Academy. And I'm going to let Ms. Haney give you all information if you want to contact her or her school if you're interested in being a student there.
Okay, so yes, we are located at 2813 West 147th Street in Posen, Illinois. We're actually in between I-57 and 294, so super easy access to the school. The phone number is 708-629-0861. We're there Wednesday through Saturday. We open at 9 a.m. Questions. We have our Facebook page, our business page. We have Instagram, the business page on Instagram. I am now on Twitter. I have no idea about Twitter, but I'm now on there. I'm going to give it a try. And we also have our email, which is beyondbasicnailacademy@gmail.com. The website, you can also subscribe. There's always information on the website. It's www.beyondbasicnailacademy.com. You can subscribe. If you subscribe, we send you information on our upcoming events and all of that stuff going on. Anytime a class is coming up, continuing education, or just our regular nail programs, we do offer that information. If we know anything about the industry, we try to make sure we send that information out. And that goes for those who are looking for nail techs. I know a lot of people call and don't get upset when you call and I say, where's your flyer? Because at the end of the day, the students, my first thing is always to say, come into the school and talk to them. They love that. They love when people who are looking for a nail tech come in and talk to them. But if you can't get in, please email a flyer or your postcard so that I can print it out and show it to them and post it on our job board, because we do have a job board.
So this is something that I rarely do. If you are interested in attending the Manicure Martini Scholarship Fund event, if you are the third caller and you purchase a ticket to get in for $20, the Beauty of Business and Marvelous Marvelette will pay for one service for you. So to my third caller, the number is 708-223-8953. Okay. So, Mr. Vaughn, things that you want our listeners to know about you or the school. Do you have any other businesses up and coming or already in progress?
I am still a nail tech. I didn't know that I would be doing nails as much as I do now, but I am still a nail tech. I still take clients. My schedule is super short. It's super, I don't know the good word for it, but big schedule when it comes to taking nail clients, but I do still take nail clients. At the end of the day, I love doing nails. So I am always, I take those clients. Classes, so you can catch me at a class. If someone's teaching a class, I'm in a class. Education is so important. Yes. I don't think people realize. They always say, well, do you go to classes? Yes. Show me a good class. I'm there. I'm pretty much locked into Beyond Basic Nail Academy. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. So.
And I'm giving you the side-eye grin because I'm like, I'm trying to pull it out of you. So since you won't say it, I'm just going to say it for you.
Go ahead.
So Javon also has a T-shirt business.
I do.
So let our listeners know about that.
Listen, this school consumes me. I try to remember everything, but most times I have to come back 6 times before I remember what I'm supposed to say. So yes, I do. I do custom T-shirts. I didn't do this one, but I do custom T-shirts. We do a lot of glitter style shirts, a lot of personalized style shirts. If you visit the school Instagram page or even the my actual personal Facebook page, you'll see some of the work on there. We do large orders also. We've done shirts for businesses, for their employees and stuff like that. We actually do the scrubs and stuff for the school, the T-shirts for the school. We do have the T-shirt business that is doing very well. So we spend a lot of time with that too.
Yeah, got some mama.
Yeah.
But I wanted to point out on my previous show, maybe previous couple of shows, I always mention that a lot of myself and a lot of my friends who are in business always promote themselves. you're going to catch Jovan and some of my other friends outside without representation of their business. That's how you keep yourself relevant, because people Beyond Basic is a hot name. So people are going to know want to know what it is, and it's a conversation piece. Yeah. And you're representing your business at the same time. And it's marketing that you can do something with, so that's very important to market yourselves, how you carry yourself. And then when you are representing yourself in your business, you don't want to you want to conduct yourself in a good manner.
Absolutely. I remember the first shirt I bought, me and my fiance were passing out postcards. We were like, we're going out, we're going to pass out postcards, we're going to go all over the South Side. And he was like, we need shirts. And I'm like, okay. Went down to the basement on 47th Street and got these Beyond Basic shirts. They are super ugly right now, but we had to do something. And after we were out, because he was like, well, I'll go some more places. It was getting a little late. So he got one of his friends to go out with him. And I remember sitting in the shop. It's a barber shop and hair salon that I used to work at, Scoops Hair Mechanics. And they was like, I want a shirt. And I told them, I was like, I decided that going forward, if I can wear True Religion, if I can wear Old Navy, because I have a shirt that says Old Navy. I don't want everybody to think I just wear, but if I can wear all of these labels on my shoes, so my drawer is literally starting to be overflowing with shirts that say Beyond Basic Nail Academy. Molly's absolutely right. I am always in a Beyond Basic Nail Academy shirt. I have a sweatshirt. I'm about to get a jacket for the wintertime. Like it is my brand. If I don't represent it, who's going to see it? And so that has been, and I support other artists too. I support other clothing designers and stuff like that also, but Beyond Basic Nail Academy is me. So if I don't represent it, it's not going to get represented like it should. So yes, all different colors.
Even shoes, I gotta let them know you got the shoes too.
I have a pair. The other one say basic. Yes, I have a custom pair of Huaraches. If I normally, if it's an industry event, I have them on because I am a sneakerhead. But they are custom. One says Beyond, one says Basic. If anyone hasn't figured out, my favorite color is blue. So they're blue and white Huaraches. They're really, really dope. I don't wear them as much because they get dirty really fast. But yes, down to the shoes. You give me a second, I might give me some socks. But yes, absolutely. I am Beyond Basic all the ways. When I went to class in California, I went to a Young Nails class. They're like, another one. I had a shirt to match every pair of pants that I wore to class because that's who I am. I have to represent myself. So,
and I have to say this, like Jovan and myself and a lot of our other friends, we all do have T-shirts or other paraphernalia from each other's business, and we do wear them. So I'm going to mention something briefly, but we can only give you a snippet. Jovan and I are business partners on several other business ventures.
Yes.
Along with a few other friends. And on my show, October 2nd, we're going to launch something. So stay tuned to the Beauty of Business every Monday, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. But that show in particular, everybody in the beauty industry, please tune in. Please like it. Please share it, because we got something hot that we're going to drop. And I can't wait. I am so excited. It's really hard to hold it in.
It is.
To keep it. But I'm very excited, and I can't wait.
I sent her, I think it was, did I send you a text message? It was like, I want to tell my students so bad. When you do stuff with certain people and the vibe is great and the energy is good, it's hard to keep it under wraps. Absolutely. And we are super excited about what we have coming up. Molly is doing some great things too. So it's hard when you want to tell because you're so excited. But yes, you got to tune in. On the 2nd, we are definitely industry people. You're gonna love it because it's something for all of us.
Absolutely. When we talk about walking in integrity and bringing the goodness back to our industry and building our name back up and trusting and just walking in integrity, it is something you are gonna absolutely love.
Yeah.
And give questions, give feedback, and we'll give more information on it when that time comes. But like I said, we are just super, super excited. And Jovan got a lot of stuff coming up, as do I. We got a lot of things going on. And when I talk to people like, oh God, you're doing something else, I just can't help it. It's just in my blood.
This industry gives you so many opportunities to do other things. I always, if you're in this industry, everything else, those 6 other streams, 7, however many you decide, normally they say 7, right? Your 7 streams should come from that main source. There are so many opportunities in the industry. You not just standing behind a chair or sitting at your nail table, or with estheticians too. You have a lot of different opportunities, and all you have to do is network. Once you network, once you find individuals who are go-getters, who are not looking to stay in the same spot, so with that, you may run into someone who only thinks that that's all they can do. Maybe you can be their motivation, like, hey, absolutely, we can do some great things. There's this, there's that, and some people may have not even thought about that because no one encouraged them for that. So my school does that a lot. We Beyond Basic Nail Academy, your resume is done. I'm not talking about your corporate America resume. I'm talking about your nail tech resume. Your resume is done because if you want to work for a product company, you're going to need a resume. Your resume is done. Your business card layout is done. We've taught you how to schedule appointments, how to price your appointments, what services you really want to provide. Just because we teach you everything doesn't mean you have to do everything. I know nail techs who only do natural nail services. They make a ton of money. They love it.
The thing is, you have to find your niche and figure out what's that. And this is what I talk to students a lot about. You have to figure out what you're good at, that you're passionate about, and would do it even if you were not getting paid. But of course, you want to get paid.
Absolutely.
That's going to set you apart from your competitors, because there's a million nail techs, there's a million hairstylists, but no 2 are alike.
Absolutely.
So you have to figure out what it is to set you apart and just capitalize on it and make yourself shine. I wanted to talk about this. Some of the great things that we've done with Beyond Basic Nail Academy, and we partnered with my business and a lot of other businesses, with Marcus Davis. We partner with a lot of people and do different things. So I want to let you talk about some of the community events that we've done.
Okay. So we've done quite a few. We name them all by name, but we've done a lot of health fairs. We've done some work with Teamsters and stuff like that for their employees. My biggest thing that I was super excited for and happy that we were able to do, we did partner with Marcus Davis, who owns Techniques Barbershop in Calumet City, and we did the Bud Billiken Day Parade last year, a back to school event, and we provided mini manicures to those going back to school. It was such a great experience. It was so much fun. Molly was out there with us. You got to see the excitement on the kids' face. They got backpacks and stuff like that. So we do a lot of, I'll say that. We try to get involved in a lot of things. Sometimes it's hard with the school because we're open on Saturdays for business. So we still have to allow our students the opportunity to practice. So it doesn't take away from what they're actually there for. But we try to be involved with the community as much as possible. And it's funny because my good friends just posted how it was a double dutch video, and I was like, I wish I could do this for back to school, but I'm not going to push it because I will try. If anyone knows me, I'll try to stuff it in there somewhere. But it made me realize, like, I got to do more things at the school. So because of her, I'm going to push towards the springtime to start doing a back to school double dutch kind of contest event for mothers and daughters to come out. They can get the mini manicures and just hang out and do the double dutch thing. Because I have friends that love that still has double dutch ropes. They will bring them out to the picnic. So just stuff like that. So that, because honestly, that's what this industry was. This industry was community. So we don't do that as much anymore. So we're trying to, Beyond Basic Nail Academy, although we can't do it on our own, we try to partner with individuals who not only love this industry, but want to make a difference still in the community. Because open our salons and shops for voter registration. We went into the community, we made sure kids got to school, go without all of that. So that's what we're supposed to be doing. These people come and pay us to get their hair done. Why not help in that aspect?
Give back. I think that is so important. And I said before, I'm guilty. Getting 2 nickels, running to other communities. But what's wrong with putting back into our own community and making them appreciate us and have some integrity?
Yeah.
And build up where we're from, where we live, and those who may not be as fortunate.
Yeah.
So I think that's important.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to let Ms. Jovan give you one more time the information about how to get in touch if you're interested in becoming a student or a client at Beyond Basic Nail Academy. And she also takes personal clients. But I do want to say, if you sign up for a service at Beyond Basic Nail Academy, all services are done by the students.
Absolutely.
So remember that. Those of you in beauty industry and other industries, we were all students at one time. And I'm going to say, even though Jovan has done my nails, I am advocate for the students.
Yes.
So I always go and make my appointment and let the students do my services. So one more time, let our listeners know how they can contact you in the school.
All right. So we are Beyond Basic Nail Academy, located at 2813 West 147th Street in Posett, Illinois. Our number is 708-629-0861. If you're interested in being a student, whether it's a nail tech or a nail tech instructor, we'll definitely take care of you. Give us a call. Here's the other thing we want. We need visitors. When I say visitors, I mean more cosmetology technicians to visit the schools too. So we need guest speakers. Support your schools, because these students look to you for real life experience information. Absolutely. I can tell them everything in the world. Sometimes I think they get tired of hearing me talk. So I love when other people from the industry come in and visit. So visit your schools, even if it's not just mine. You have other schools, you have Dudley's, you have John Amico, you have Image Beauty Institute. Visit the schools and talk to these students, because it really, really makes a difference in what they're trying to do. Some of these students, this is about to be their sole income, and they're nervous. And they need some reassurance. I can only give them so much reassurance. To hear it from somebody else makes a difference. So even if it's not becoming a student, if you want to speak at the school, call me. I always have guest speakers come in and talk to the students, because they really, really appreciate that. So.
And be ready to rock and roll, because Miss Jovan don't think nothing about I come in to get my service. And you did the instructor for now. I'm like,
I will definitely put you to work.
She will put you to work.
I will put you to work. You will look up. I'll be like, go over there and help her with that full set. Like I
just leave my smock in the office. It never leaves the school unless I'm washing. It stays there, and I always keep my work shoes in my truck, because 10 to 10 I'm on the clock. I'm doing something. Listen, but it's all good. It's okay.
It's all love. Like I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. And the students love Molly. They know who she is. They're excited when she comes in. I'm telling you, they don't want to hear me talk all the time. They want to hear someone else talk. So we do have another instructor, Leslie, on staff. She works with our students also. So yes, if you don't have to be an instructor to come hang out at the school. You don't have to be a nail technician. You can be a cosmetologist. Like, they love the conversation about the industry. Like,
absolutely, across the board. You can learn something from anybody.
Absolutely.
So if you got some knowledge, and if you walking around thinking and talking, you got some kind of knowledge you can give and bring to the school.
Absolutely.
So once again, those of you who just tuned in, we're on our way out. You were listening to IntellectualRadio.com. I am Marvelous Marvelette, aka Molly B, and today's special guest was Jovan Haney, owner and CEO of Beyond Basic Nail Academy. Until next week.